Hello, welcome to my channel. I would be grateful for the like and subscriptions. I suggest you listen to a new story.
The water cascaded over Kathy's body, warm and soothing, providing a brief respite from the outside world. She relished these moments of tranquility where she could gather her thoughts and let the worries of the day slip away. As the steam enveloped her, she could feel the tension melting from her shoulders, leaving her feeling refreshed and renewed. Reluctantly, Kathy turned off the shower and reached for a plush towel to wrap around her damp body. As she dried herself off, the familiar sounds of her home came alive. The hum of the air conditioning, the distant chirping of birds, and the creaking of floorboards as someone moved around downstairs. It was a symphony of ordinary sounds, but today something felt different. Curiosity piqued, Kathy draped the towel around her body and walked towards the bedroom door. The voices grew louder as she approached, and her heart quickened with a mix of anticipation and apprehension. What could they be discussing so earnestly? Kathy pressed her ear against the door, straining to make out the words being exchanged on the other side. The voices belonged to her husband, Derek, and her mother-in-law, Audrey. Their tone was hushed, but the intensity was palpable, sending a wave of unease coursing through Kathy's veins. She caught snippets of their conversation, disjointed fragments that sent her mind spinning. They spoke in low tones, their words cloaked in secrecy. Kathy's heart raced as she tried to make sense of it all. Was it about her? Was something wrong? As she stood there, frozen in shock, a knot formed in the pit of her stomach. The trust she had always placed in Derek and Audrey seemed to unravel in an instant. She couldn't bear the uncertainty any longer. Kathy needed to know the truth, regardless of the pain it might bring. With trembling hands, she reached for the doorknob, ready to confront the whirlwind of emotions swirling within her. The door creaked open, and Kathy found herself face to face with her husband and mother-in-law, their voices abruptly silenced. The air in the room grew heavy with tension as they turned to look at her, expressions caught between surprise and guilt. Kathy stood there, her wet hair clinging to her shoulders, vulnerability etched across her face. Derek and Audrey exchanged glances, their eyes filled with a mix of discomfort and unease. Silence hung in the air, suffocating and heavy, as the weight of the unspoken truth pressed upon them all. "Kathy," Derek finally spoke, his voice wavering slightly. We were just discussing something. It's not what you think." Her heart pounded in her chest, the sound thunderous in her ears. She searched their faces, desperately seeking a glimmer of reassurance, but all she found was a void of honesty. A lump formed in her throat, making it difficult to speak, but she managed to find her voice. "What were you discussing then?" Her words were measured, each syllable carrying the weight of her shattered trust. Audrey shifted uncomfortably, her eyes darting between Kathy and Derek. It's a private matter, Kathy. Nothing that concerns you." The dismissiveness in Audrey's tone fueled the fire within Kathy. She had always strived for harmony with her mother-in-law, but now it seemed like a facade crumbling before her eyes. She felt a surge of anger mingling with the anguish in her chest. "Nothing that concerns me." Kathy's voice quivered with a mix of hurt and indignation. "I am Derek's wife. Everything that affects him affects me too." Derek stepped forward, his hands outstretched as if to calm the storm brewing between them. "Kathy, please, let's talk about this calmly. There's a misunderstanding." But Kathy couldn't ignore the nagging feeling deep within her gut. The pieces were falling into place, and the picture they painted was one she never anticipated. Betrayal stained the air around her, seeping into every corner of her once happy home. Tears welled up in Kathy's eyes, threatening to spill over and betray the pain she felt inside. She took a step back, distancing herself from the two people who had been pillars in her life. The realization of their betrayal gnawed at her, twisting her heart in agonizing knots. "No more lies," Kathy whispered, her voice trembling with a mix of anguish and determination. I deserve the truth." Derek's gaze faltered, his eyes avoiding hers as guilt etched lines across his face. Audrey, ever the poised figure, remained silent, her expression a mask of stoicism. Kathy's hands clenched into fists, her nails digging into her palms. She refused to let their deceit consume her. "Kathy, please," Derek implored, his voice laced with regret. "Let's sit down and talk. There's so much to explain." She shook her head, a mixture of pain and defiance coursing through her veins. "No, Derek, I can't pretend that everything is fine anymore. I won't live in a world built on lies." With a heavy sigh, Kathy turned on her heels, retreating from the room that held her shattered illusions. She needed a refuge, a safe space to collect her thoughts and find solace in the support of a friend who could help her make sense of the chaos. Kathy hurriedly made her way down the stairs, her steps echoing through the silent house. She needed someone she could trust, someone who would offer guidance and lend a listening ear. Her mind immediately turned to her best friend, Tiffany. Tiffany had been there for Kathy through thick and thin, their friendship enduring the test of time. She was a beacon of light in Kathy's life, always ready to bring laughter and adventure. If anyone could help her navigate this storm, it was Tiffany. With a surge of determination, Kathy reached for her phone and dialed Tiffany's number. It rang several times before Tiffany's energetic voice filled her ear. "Hey, Kathy, what's up?" Tiffany asked, her voice brimming with warmth and genuine concern. Tears choked Kathy's voice, but she managed to utter a few shaky words. "Tiffany, I need you. Can we meet?" There was a brief pause on the other end of the line, followed by Tiffany's response tinged with worry. "Of course, Kathy. I'll be right there. Where should we meet?" Kathy's voice quivered as she spoke the words. "Our usual spot, the coffee shop downtown." She hung up the phone and wiped away her tears, knowing that Tiffany's unwavering support would be her lifeline in the coming days. Taking a deep breath, she summoned the strength to face the outside world and make her way to the coffee shop. The coffee shop hummed with activity as Kathy found a quiet corner booth, enveloped in the comforting aroma of freshly brewed coffee. The familiar sounds of chatter and clinking cups provided a backdrop to her racing thoughts. Minutes later, Tiffany burst through the door, her vibrant energy filling the room. She spotted Kathy and hurried over, concern etched on her face. "Kathy, what's wrong? You look like you've been through a storm," Tiffany exclaimed, sliding into the seat opposite her. Kathy took a deep breath, her voice trembling as she shared the painful truth that had shattered her world. "Tiffany, I overheard Derek and my mother-in-law. They were discussing an affair, a betrayal." Tiffany's eyes widened, her hand instinctively reaching out to grasp Kathy's. "Oh my God, Kathy, I can't even imagine how you must be feeling right now." Tears streamed down Kathy's cheeks, the weight of the betrayal crashing down on her. "I trusted them, Tiffany. How could they do this to me?" Tiffany's grip tightened, offering a lifeline of support. "We'll get through this, Kathy. We'll uncover the truth, piece by piece. You deserve answers." Kathy nodded, finding strength in Tiffany's words. With her best friend by her side, she knew she wasn't alone in this harrowing journey. Together, they would unveil the hidden truths and confront the web of deception that threatened to destroy everything Kathy held dear. Over the next few days, Kathy and Tiffany delved deep into the mystery that surrounded Derek's betrayal. They spent countless hours scouring phone records, investigating suspicious online activity, and piecing together fragmented conversations. The truth slowly began to emerge, like rays of light breaking through dark clouds. Late one evening, as they sifted through a pile of documents in Kathy's home office, Tiffany's eyes widened. "Kathy, look at this." She held up a bank statement, her finger pointing to a series of transactions that didn't quite add up. Kathy leaned in, her heart pounding with a mix of anticipation and dread. "What is it, Tiffany?" "These transactions, There's significant amounts of money being transferred to a secret account. Tiffany's voice quivered with a mix of excitement and concern. And the recipient, it's someone named Edward Balog. Kathy's breath caught in her throat. Edward Balog. The name was unfamiliar, yet it sparked a flicker of recognition deep within her. It was the missing puzzle piece, the key to unlocking the truth behind Derek's betrayal. She had to find out who he was and what role he played in all of this. Determined, Kathy wiped away her tears, her focus sharpening. We need to find Edward Balog, Tiffany. We need to confront him and get the answers we deserve. Tiffany nodded, her eyes shining with determination. We'll track him down, Kathy. We won't stop until we uncover the whole truth. Armed with newfound purpose, Kathy and Tiffany set out on a quest to find Edward Balog, a man who held the secrets that could unravel the web of lies that threatened to tear Kathy's life apart. With each step, their resolve grew stronger, fueled by their friendship and the pursuit of justice. Days turned into weeks as Kathy and Tiffany tirelessly searched for any trace of Edward Balog. They followed leads, interviewed acquaintances, and dug deep into their resources to uncover his whereabouts. Their determination remained unyielding, fueled by Kathy's desire for answers and the unwavering support of her best friend. Finally, a breakthrough came when a mutual friend mentioned a social event where Edward was rumored to make an appearance. It was an exclusive gathering attended by influential figures from various industries. Kathy knew that seizing this opportunity was crucial to unraveling the truth. Clad in an elegant dress that concealed the turmoil within her, Kathy and Tiffany arrived at the event. The room buzzed with conversations and the clinking of glasses, but all Kathy could focus on was finding Edward, the man who held the answers to her shattered reality. As they mingled with the crowd, Kathy's heart raced, searching for any sign of the enigmatic figure, and then she saw him, tall, dark-haired, with an air of mystery surrounding him, Edward Balog. With a surge of adrenaline, Kathy made her way towards him, her steps guided by a mix of apprehension and determination. Tiffany stayed close by, a pillar of strength and moral support. "Excuse me," Kathy spoke, her voice steady despite the storm raging within her. "Are you Edward Balog?" Edward turned to face her, his eyes holding a hint of intrigue. "Yes, that's correct. And you are?" Kathy took a deep breath, her voice unwavering. "My name is Kathy Pope. We need to talk." Edward's gaze lingered on her, his expression unreadable. "Very well, Kathy Pope. Let's find a quieter place to talk." With that, Kathy and Edward stepped away from the crowd, leaving behind the noise and distractions. The truth was within reach, and Kathy was prepared to face it, no matter how painful or life-altering it might be. In a secluded corner of the event venue, Kathy and Edward found a quiet space where they could talk. The room was adorned with dimly lit chandeliers, casting a soft glow on their faces as they stood face to face, the weight of their respective secrets hanging in the air. Kathy's heart raced as she searched Edward's eyes, hoping to find honesty and answers within them. "Edward, I know about the transactions, the secret account. What does it all mean? What's your connection to Derek?" Edward's gaze softened, a mix of remorse and sympathy shining through. "Kathy, I understand your pain and I'm sorry you had to go through this. Derek and I have a history, a shared past that I'm not proud of." Kathy's mind swirled with a whirlwind of emotions. She could sense there was more to the story, hidden beneath the surface. "Please, Edward, tell me everything. I deserve to know the truth." Taking a deep breath, Edward began to recount a tale of intertwined lives, betrayal, and redemption. He revealed that years ago, he and Derek were involved in a business venture that turned sour, leading to financial losses and damaged relationships. To right the wrongs, Edward had paid the significant amount of money to Derek, hoping it would mend the broken bonds between them. But why the secrecy? Why the affair? Kathy's voice quivered with a mix of confusion and hurt. Edward's eyes softened, regret etching lines on his face. I wish I could undo the mistakes of the past, Kathy. Derek's actions were his own, and I can't justify them. I only hope that one day he finds the courage to come clean and make amends. Kathy felt a strange mix of emotions, relief for finally uncovering the truth, anger at the betrayal, and a glimmer of empathy for the complexities of human relationships. The revelations brought her closer to understanding the depths of Derek's deception, but the journey was far from over. As they stood in the dimly lit corner, Kathy realized that Edward was more than just a catalyst in her story. He was a person who had experienced his own share of pain and regret. The lines between judgment and forgiveness blurred, and she couldn't ignore the undeniable connection that had formed between them. Silence hung heavy between Kathy and Edward as they absorbed the weight of the revelations. Kathy's mind swirled with conflicting emotions, grappling with the complexities of forgiveness and the undeniable connection she felt towards Edward. It was a crossroad, a moment that could shape the trajectory of her life. Finally, Kathy broke the silence, her voice laced with vulnerability. "Edward, I appreciate your honesty. It's given me a clearer picture of what has transpired. But where do we go from here? How do I find the strength to move forward?" Edward's gaze softened, his voice filled with empathy. "Kathy, finding strength in such trying times is never easy. But remember, you possess an inner resilience that has carried you through thus far. Trust yourself and listen to your heart. Only you can determine the path you wish to take." Kathy nodded, his words resonating deep within her. She knew that healing would take time, and the journey ahead would be filled with uncertainty. But she also understood that she couldn't let the pain define her. She had the power to reclaim her life and rebuild it on her own terms. "Thank you, Edward," Kathy said, her voice filled with a newfound determination. "I may not fully understand the complexities of our connection, but I know that it's awakened something within me. I will find the strength to forge a new path, one that is true to myself." Edward smiled, a mixture of understanding and acceptance. "I'll be here to support you, Kathy, no matter what path you choose. Remember, you are never alone in this journey." With those words of encouragement, Kathy felt a flicker of hope ignite within her. She was not defined by the betrayal she had experienced, but rather by her resilience and capacity to grow. The road ahead was uncertain, but she would face it head-on, fortified by the support of true friends and her own unwavering spirit. As they made their way back to the event, Kathy felt a newfound sense of empowerment. She was ready to face the challenges that lay ahead, to confront Derek and Audrey with the strength of her convictions, and to embrace the journey of self-discovery and healing. Kathy returned home, her mind filled with a mix of determination and apprehension. She knew that confronting Derek and Audrey would be a daunting task, but she couldn't continue living in a web of lies and deception. It was time to face the truth head-on. As she entered the house, Kathy could hear hushed voices coming from the living room. Her heart raced, her palms growing clammy. Taking a deep breath, she walked towards the source of the conversation, her steps steady and resolute. Peering into the room, Kathy saw Derek and Audrey engrossed in a heated discussion. They fell silent as they noticed her presence, their faces filled with a mix of surprise and guilt. "Kathy," Derek began, his voice faltering. We need to talk." Kathy met his gaze, her eyes reflecting a mixture of pain and strength. "Yes, we do. It's time for the truth to come out, Derek." Audrey's face contorted with a mix of anger and apprehension. "Kathy, this is a private matter. It's between your husband and me." Kathy's voice remained steady, her resolve unwavering. "Audrey, your involvement in this betrayal has had a profound impact on my life. I deserve to be a part of this conversation." The room fell silent as Kathy and Derek locked eyes. There was a flicker of remorse in Derek's gaze, a glimmer of recognition of the pain he had caused. "Kathy, I can't undo the mistakes I've made," Derek admitted, his voice filled with regret. "I allowed myself to be consumed by greed and ambition, and in doing so, I betrayed your trust. I'm deeply sorry." Tears welled up in Kathy's eyes as she listened to his confession. It was a bittersweet moment, for the truth had been laid bare, but the wounds were still fresh and raw. "But why, Derek?" Kathy's voice quivered with a mix of hurt and confusion. "Why did you involve Audrey? Why did you let this deception fester for so long?" Derek glanced at his mother, his voice laden with guilt. "Audrey's influence, her pressure to maintain appearances and protect our social standing, clouded my judgment. I made a series of terrible choices, and I deeply regret the pain I've caused you." Kathy's gaze shifted to Audrey, who remained silent, her eyes filled with a mix of remorse and defiance. The tension in the room was palpable, as years of strained relationships and hidden agendas came to the surface. "Enough," Kathy finally spoke, her voice firm and determined. "I won't allow this betrayal to define me. I am stronger than the pain you've inflicted upon me." With those words, Kathy turned away from Derek and Audrey, her steps echoing with newfound resolve. She knew that rebuilding her life would be a challenging journey, but she was determined to rise above the ashes of deceit and create a future of authenticity and self-love. In the days that followed, Kathy focused on healing and rebuilding her life. She sought solace in the support of her friends, Tiffany and Deborah, who stood by her side with unwavering loyalty and love. Their presence provided a sense of strength and stability amidst the chaos. Together, they created a sanctuary within Kathy's home, a space where she could nurture her spirit and find comfort in the familiar. They redecorated, infusing each room with elements that reflected Kathy's newfound sense of self and inner peace. As the healing process unfolded, Kathy also found solace in pursuing her passion for interior design. She poured her energy into her work, channeling her emotions into creating beautiful spaces that uplifted and inspired others. Through her career, she discovered a renewed sense of purpose and fulfillment. Amidst the challenges, a newfound friendship blossomed between Kathy and Edward. They shared their stories, their vulnerabilities, and the lessons they had learned from the betrayals that had shaped their lives. Their connection grew stronger, rooted in mutual understanding and empathy. But Kathy knew that her journey towards healing and self-discovery was far from over. She still had moments of doubt and pain, moments when the wounds reopened and threatened to engulf her. However, she faced each setback with resilience and the unwavering support of her loved ones. One evening, as Kathy sat on her porch, gazing at the sunset casting hues of gold and pink across the sky, she felt a sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the lessons learned, for the strength she had discovered within herself, and for the beauty that had emerged from the ashes of her shattered reality. The whispers of betrayal that had once haunted her had transformed into whispers of resilience, whispers of love, and whispers of hope. Kathy realized that forgiveness was not about condoning the actions of others, but about releasing the burden of anger and resentment, allowing herself to heal and move forward. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Kathy made a silent vow to herself to embrace the journey of self-discovery, to honor her own worth, and to create a future defined by authenticity and love. She had come to understand that her true power lay not in the events that had befallen her, but in how she chose to rise above them. And with that newfound clarity, Kathy embraced the path of self-love and personal growth, stepping into a future that held infinite possibilities. Months passed, and Kathy's journey of healing continued. She emerged from the depths of her pain with a renewed sense of self and a deeper understanding of her own worth. The wounds remained, but they no longer defined her. Instead, they became a part of her story, a testament to her resilience. Kathy's interior design career flourished as her reputation for creating spaces that reflected authenticity and soul grew. Clients sought her out not just for her talent, but also for her ability to infuse spaces with a sense of healing and renewal. Through her work, Kathy found a way to turn her own pain into something beautiful helping others transform their surroundings and, in turn, their lives. In the realm of relationships, Kathy navigated with caution, guarding her heart but remaining open to the possibility of love. She surrounded herself with friends who cherished her and supported her growth. Tiffany and Deborah remained her pillars of strength, always there to celebrate her victories and offer a listening ear when needed. As for Derek and Audrey, their presence in Kathy's life diminished. The wounds were still raw, and the process of forgiveness was ongoing. Kathy had chosen to distance herself from their toxic influences, focusing instead on cultivating a future built on authenticity and genuine connections. In the midst of her healing journey, Kathy's path crossed with Edward's once again. Their connection, forged in shared pain and growth, had evolved into a deep and meaningful bond. Edward proved to be a constant source of support and understanding, guiding Kathy through the challenges and celebrating her victories. Together, they embarked on new adventures, exploring the world and discovering the beauty in life's simplest moments. Their love was not born out of a fairy tale romance, but rather out of a profound connection grounded in truth and resilience. As Kathy stood on a serene beach, waves gently lapping at her feet, she gazed at the horizon, contemplating the depths of her journey. The scars of betrayal had faded, replaced by the strength and beauty of her spirit. She had learned that life was a delicate balance of joy and pain, and that true happiness was found not in the absence of struggle, but in the ability to rise above it. Kathy had emerged from the shadows of betrayal, embracing her authentic self and embracing the possibilities that lay ahead. And as she walked along the shoreline, hand in hand with Edward, Kathy knew that the whispers of betrayal had shaped her, but they would not define her. She was a survivor, a warrior of the heart, and she was ready to create a future filled with love, authenticity, and the unwavering belief in her own worth. Time moved forward, and Kathy's journey of healing and self-discovery continued to unfold. She found strength and solace in the simple pleasures of life, cherishing the moments of laughter with friends, the warmth of the sun on her skin, and the beauty of nature surrounding her. As she delved deeper into her own personal growth, Kathy discovered a passion for giving back to her community. She became involved in charitable projects, using her skills as an interior designer to create nurturing environments for those in need. Through these acts of kindness, Kathy found a sense of fulfillment that went beyond personal success. Tiffany, too, thrived in her career as a journalist. She used her voice to shed light on stories of resilience and triumph, amplifying the voices of those who had overcome adversity. Together, Kathy and Tiffany became a force of compassion and change, inspiring others to find their own strength in the face of challenges. In the midst of her blossoming life, Kathy never forgot the lessons she had learned from the betrayal she had endured. She carried the scars with grace, using them as a reminder of her resilience and the power of forgiveness. She had come to understand that forgiveness was not about absolving others of their actions, but about freeing herself from the weight of resentment. One day, as Kathy sat in her beautifully curated home, reflecting on the journey that had led her to this moment, she received an unexpected visitor. It was Derek, standing at her doorstep, his face etched with remorse and vulnerability. "I know I don't deserve forgiveness," Derek began, his voice filled with sincerity. "But I want you to know that I've been seeking help, trying to understand the depths of my actions. I am truly sorry for the pain I caused you." Kathy looked into Derek's eyes, seeing the genuine regret within them. She felt a mix of emotions: pain, forgiveness, and a glimmer of hope for his own redemption. She knew that their shared history would always bind them in some way, but she also recognized the importance of setting boundaries and protecting her own well-being. "Derek, forgiveness is a complex journey, one that takes time and reflection," Kathy responded, her voice filled with a blend of compassion and strength. "I'm glad to hear that you're seeking help, but healing is a personal process for both of us. I need to prioritize my own well-being and continue moving forward." Derek nodded, his eyes filled with a mixture of understanding and regret. "I understand, Kathy. I won't intrude on your life any further. I just wanted you to know that I am genuinely sorry." With that, Derek turned and walked away, leaving Kathy with a sense of closure and a renewed commitment to her own path of healing. She knew that forgiving him didn't mean forgetting the pain, but it allowed her to release the hold it had on her spirit. As Kathy closed the door behind him, she took a deep breath, embracing the newfound sense of freedom that forgiveness had brought. She was no longer defined by the betrayals of the past. She was defined by her strength, her resilience, and her capacity to love. And as she looked ahead, Kathy knew that her journey was far from over. Life would continue to present its challenges, but armed with the lessons she had learned, the support of her loved ones, and the unwavering belief in her own worth, she was ready to face whatever lay ahead. The years unfolded, and Kathy's life continued to evolve in beautiful and unexpected ways. She immersed herself in her passion for interior design, expanding her business and creating breathtaking spaces that touched the lives of many. Her work became a reflection of her own journey, infusing each project with authenticity, healing, and a celebration of life's joys. Tiffany's career as a journalist soared to new heights. Her dedication to uncovering the truth and giving voice to the marginalized resonated with readers around the world. Together, Kathy and Tiffany formed a powerful alliance, using their respective talents to make a positive impact on the lives of others. Meanwhile, Edward remained a constant presence in Kathy's life, their love growing deeper with each passing day. Their relationship was built on a foundation of trust, understanding, and a shared commitment to personal growth. They supported each other's dreams and aspirations, creating a life filled with adventure, love, and mutual respect. Kathy's relationship with Derek and Audrey had transformed over time. While forgiveness had been granted, their paths diverged and their presence in Kathy's life became minimal. She chose to surround herself with people who uplifted her, encouraged her, and celebrated her growth. The toxicity of the past had no place in her new reality. As Kathy reflected on her journey, she marveled at the person she had become. The scars of betrayal had faded, replaced by an inner radiance and a deep sense of self-worth. She had learned that her strength was not defined by the challenges she faced, but by her ability to rise above them. One day, as Kathy sat on a park bench, watching children play and feeling the warmth of the sun on her face, she couldn't help but feel overwhelmed with gratitude. Gratitude for the lessons learned, for the love she had found, and for the unbreakable bonds of friendship that sustained her. In that moment, Kathy realized that her story was not just one of betrayal and heartache. It was a story of resilience, growth, and the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. She had transformed her pain into a catalyst for change, using her experiences to inspire others to embrace their own journeys of healing and self-discovery. As she stood up from the park bench, ready to embrace the possibilities of a new day, Kathy made a silent vow to herself. She vowed to continue spreading love and compassion, to create spaces that nurtured the soul, and to live a life rooted in authenticity and gratitude. With a heart full of hope and a spirit unyielding, Kathy embarked on the next chapter of her life, a chapter defined by love, purpose, and the unwavering belief in the beauty of second chances. And as she walked forward, hand in hand with Edward, Kathy knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, she was ready to face them with grace, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to living her truth. The years unfolded with a tapestry of experiences, each thread weaving together to form the story of Kathy's life. She continued to flourish in her career, leaving an indelible mark on the world of interior design. Her creations were admired for their beauty, but more importantly, they were cherished for the way they nurtured and uplifted the human spirit. Tiffany, too, found success in her journalistic endeavors. Her relentless pursuit of truth and justice earned her accolades and a reputation for being a voice for the voiceless. Kathy and Tiffany remained inseparable, celebrating each other's triumphs and offering unwavering support through life's trials. Edward stood by Kathy's side, a steadfast presence in her life. Together, they navigated the joys and challenges that came their way, always leaning on each other for strength and understanding. Their love grew deeper with each passing day, anchored in trust, vulnerability, and the shared desire to build a future filled with love and authenticity. Kathy's relationship with Derek and Audrey had transformed into one of distant civility. While the wounds of betrayal had healed, the scars remained, serving as a constant reminder of the resilience she had cultivated. She had chosen a path of self-love and surrounded herself with those who valued and respected her. Deborah, her loyal friend and confidant, continued to provide unwavering support and guidance. Her wisdom and nurturing nature were a source of comfort in Kathy's life. Their bond had grown stronger through the years, solidifying into a friendship that would withstand the test of time. In the quiet moments of reflection, Kathy marveled at the woman she had become. She had journeyed through the darkness and emerged into the light, embracing her strength and the power of forgiveness. She had learned that true happiness was not found in external circumstances, but in the depth of her own being. Gratitude filled Kathy's heart as she looked around at the life she had built, a life rooted in love, purpose, and authenticity. She had transformed her pain into a catalyst for growth, using her experiences to inspire others to rise above their own struggles. One day, as Kathy stood on a mountaintop, the wind whispering through the trees, she closed her eyes and let the serenity of the moment wash over her. She felt a deep connection to the world around her, knowing that she was a part of something greater, a tapestry of human experiences woven together by the threads of resilience and hope. With every breath, Kathy vowed to continue living a life true to herself, embracing the beauty of imperfection and cherishing the connections she had forged along the way. She would carry her story with grace, knowing that it had shaped her into the person she had become, a woman of strength, compassion, and unwavering authenticity. As she descended from the mountaintop, ready to face the next chapter of her life, Kathy's heart overflowed with love and a profound sense of purpose. She knew that life would continue to bring its challenges, but she was armed with the knowledge that she had the power to create her own destiny. And as she walked into the embrace of the unknown, hand in hand with Edward, Kathy knew that the whispers of betrayal had become a distant echo, overshadowed by the symphony of love and resilience that defined her existence. The chapters of Kathy's life continued to unfold, each one filled with its own joys and sorrows, victories and setbacks. She faced new challenges with a strength honed through past experiences, knowing that she possessed the resilience to overcome any obstacle that came her way. Kathy's interior design business flourished, attracting clients from near and far who sought her expertise in creating spaces that reflected their unique stories. Her ability to infuse a sense of warmth and harmony into every project was renowned, and she found immense fulfillment in bringing her clients' visions to life. Tiffany's career soared to greater heights as she uncovered groundbreaking stories and shed light on societal issues that demanded attention. Kathy remained her biggest cheerleader, standing by her side as Tiffany fearlessly fought for truth and justice. The love between Kathy and Edward continued to blossom, their connection deepening with each passing year. They nurtured their relationship with open communication, trust, and a shared commitment to personal growth. Together, they explored the world, creating memories that would last a lifetime. Kathy's interactions with Derek and Audrey remained limited but civil. Though forgiveness had been extended, the scars of betrayal served as a constant reminder of the lessons she had learned. She held no ill will towards them, but she also understood the importance of setting boundaries and prioritizing her own well-being. Deborah remained a pillar of support, her unwavering friendship providing solace and guidance in times of need. Their bond had grown unbreakable, a testament to the power of true friendship and the comfort of having someone who knew you inside out. As Kathy reflected on her journey, she marveled at the woman she had become. The pain of betrayal had transformed into a wellspring of resilience and compassion. She had learned the art of forgiveness, not as a way to forget, but as a means to free herself from the chains of the past. Her heart swelled with gratitude for the love and support she had received along the way. Kathy had built a chosen family of kindred spirits, individuals who celebrated her triumphs and lifted her up during her darkest moments. One day, as Kathy stood in her beautifully designed home, surrounded by the love and laughter of friends, she realized that her story had evolved beyond the whispers of betrayal. It had become a tale of empowerment, growth, and the indomitable spirit of the human heart. With a renewed sense of purpose, Kathy vowed to pay forward the love and compassion she had received. She became an advocate for survivors of betrayal and a champion for the power of resilience. Through speaking engagements and mentoring programs, she inspired others to find their own strength and embrace their unique journeys. As the years rolled on, Kathy continued to embrace life's highs and lows, knowing that each experience held a lesson and an opportunity for growth. She welcomed change with open arms, knowing that it was through transformation that she discovered her truest self. And as Kathy faced the future with a heart full of hope and a spirit ablaze with possibility, she knew that her story was far from over. The pages turned, revealing new chapters yet unwritten, a testament to the beauty of life's unfolding journey. The tapestry of Kathy's life continued to weave its intricate pattern, bringing forth new colors, textures, and stories. She found solace in the beauty of everyday moments, cherishing the simple joys that often went unnoticed. Kathy's journey of self-discovery had led her to a place of profound gratitude and contentment. Her interior design business flourished, attracting clients who were drawn to Kathy's ability to transform spaces into havens of comfort and inspiration. Each project became a reflection of her own journey, infused with warmth, authenticity, and a deep understanding of the power of a well-designed environment. Tiffany's career as a journalist soared to new heights, earning her recognition and respect in the industry. Kathy stood by her side, cheering her on as she fearlessly tackled important issues and gave voice to the voiceless. Their bond remained unbreakable, a testament to the enduring power of true friendship. The love between Kathy and Edward continued to grow, their connection deepening with each passing day. They shared a love that was rooted in mutual respect, support, and a shared vision for the future. Together, they embarked on adventures, creating cherished memories that would forever be etched in their hearts. Kathy's interactions with Derek and Audrey remained cordial but distant. While forgiveness had been granted, the wounds of the past lingered as a reminder of the importance of self-preservation. Kathy had learned the value of protecting her own well-being and surrounding herself with positive influences. Deborah remained a constant source of wisdom and comfort, her presence in Kathy's life a testament to the enduring power of true friendship. Together, they navigated life's ups and downs, offering each other unwavering support and understanding. As Kathy looked back on her journey, she marveled at the woman she had become. The pain and betrayal had shaped her, teaching her the importance of self-love, resilience, and the ability to rise above adversity. She had discovered an inner strength she never knew existed and was determined to use it to inspire others. One day, as Kathy walked along a sunlit beach, the sand warm beneath her feet, she felt an overwhelming sense of peace. The whispers of betrayal had long faded into the distance, replaced by a deep appreciation for the beauty of life's complexities. She understood that true growth and transformation often stemmed from the darkest moments. With a heart full of gratitude, Kathy vowed to use her experiences to make a difference in the lives of others. She became an advocate for healing and resilience, sharing her story and offering support to those who had experienced betrayal. Her words resonated with others, providing comfort and hope to those on their own journeys of healing. As the years passed, Kathy embraced the ebb and flow of life, knowing that every twist and turn held the potential for growth and self-discovery. She greeted each new chapter with an open heart, ready to embrace the joys and challenges that lay ahead. And as Kathy stood on the shore, gazing out at the vast expanse of the ocean, she knew that her story would continue to unfold, carrying with it the lessons, the love, and the unwavering spirit that had guided her thus far. The seasons came and went, each one marking a new chapter in Kathy's life. Her interior design business thrived, garnering acclaim for its innovative approach and attention to detail. Kathy poured her heart into every project, infusing spaces with warmth, beauty, and a touch of magic. Tiffany's journalistic endeavors took her on incredible adventures, unearthing hidden stories and shedding light on important issues. Kathy remained her steadfast supporter, celebrating Tiffany's achievements and marveling at her fearlessness in pursuit of truth. The love between Kathy and Edward continued to deepen, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. They shared dreams, aspirations, and a profound connection that transcended words. Together, they carved out a life filled with love, trust, and unwavering support. While Kathy's interactions with Derek and Audrey remained polite, they had grown distant. The wounds of betrayal had faded, but had left an indelible mark. Kathy had learned to protect her heart and surround herself with those who uplifted and cherished her. Deborah remained a beacon of strength and wisdom, offering guidance and support whenever Kathy needed it. Their friendship had weathered storms and emerged stronger, a testament to the power of true companionship. As Kathy reflected on her journey, she marveled at the woman she had become. The whispers of betrayal had transformed into a symphony of resilience and self-discovery. She had embraced her own worth and learned to find happiness within herself. One day, as Kathy stood atop a mountain, the wind whispering through the trees, she closed her eyes and breathed in the serenity of the moment. She felt a deep connection to the world around her, knowing that her story was just one thread in the tapestry of human experiences. With each step forward, Kathy carried the lessons she had learned, the power of forgiveness, the strength of resilience, and the importance of self-love. She dedicated herself to empowering others who had experienced betrayal, using her voice to advocate for healing and growth. As time passed, Kathy embraced the ever-changing rhythm of life. She knew that challenges would arise, but she faced them head-on, fortified by the knowledge that she possessed the strength to overcome anything. She sought beauty in the ordinary, joy in the everyday, and solace in the knowledge that she had created a life of purpose and authenticity. And as Kathy descended from the mountaintop, ready to embrace the next chapter of her journey, she carried with her a heart filled with gratitude and a spirit ignited by the possibilities that lay ahead. With every step, she knew that she was the author of her own story, and she would continue to live it with courage, compassion, and an unwavering belief in the power of love. The chapters of Kathy's life continued to unfold, each one bringing new experiences and lessons. Her interior design business flourished, with Kathy's unique vision and impeccable taste attracting clients from far and wide. She poured her heart and soul into every project, infusing spaces with beauty, harmony, and a sense of home. Tiffany's career as a journalist soared to new heights, earning her accolades for her compelling storytelling and unyielding pursuit of truth. Kathy stood by her side, marveling at her friend's tenacity and unwavering commitment to making a difference in the world. The love between Kathy and Edward grew deeper with every passing day. They supported each other's dreams and aspirations, finding solace in each other's arms and sharing a profound connection that transcended words. Together, they embarked on adventures, creating a lifetime of memories. Kathy's interactions with Derek and Audrey remained cordial but distant. While forgiveness had been granted, the wounds of betrayal were still felt, reminding her of the importance of setting boundaries and prioritizing her own well-being. Kathy had learned the value of self-respect and surrounded herself with those who uplifted and cherished her. Deborah remained a constant source of support and wisdom, a guiding light in Kathy's life. Their friendship had weathered storms, and their bond had grown unbreakable, a testament to the power of unconditional love and understanding. As Kathy looked back on her journey, she marveled at the woman she had become. The whispers of betrayal had transformed into a resounding voice of strength and resilience. She had learned to trust her intuition, to embrace her own worth, and to live life on her own terms. One day, as Kathy walked along a beach at sunset, the waves lapping at her feet, she felt a profound sense of peace wash over her. She realized that her story was not defined by the betrayal she had experienced, but by the way she had risen above it, by the love she had cultivated, and by the joy she had found in embracing life's beauty. With a heart full of gratitude, Kathy made a vow to pay forward the love and kindness she had received. She became an advocate for survivors of betrayal, sharing her story and offering support to those who walked a similar path. Through her actions and her words, she inspired others to find their own strength and to believe in the power of healing and transformation. As the years unfolded, Kathy embraced the twists and turns of life, knowing that within every challenge lay an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. She savored the ordinary moments, finding beauty in the everyday and cherishing the connections she had forged. And as Kathy walked into the sunset, ready to embrace the next chapter of her journey, she carried with her the lessons learned, the love received, and the unwavering belief that her story was one of resilience, hope, and the triumph of the human spirit.
If you liked this story, then like and subscribe to the channel.